SlothMotion, we love to collect dolls and do some crafting too. For the past month, we have been opening Make It Mini Harry Potter potions. You can see them all in our shorts, by the way, if you haven't already seen them. Today we are starting a potion costume based on the Harry Potter potion classroom in the movies and video games that you probably already know. But we do this by using recyclable materials. This is a collaboration with Ty's Collectibles. He's also making a potion room with recycled materials so we can display the Harry Potter potions. You can also see his part 1 video now. So go check it out at the end of this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're a doll mini collector like us. That being said, let's get to it.
I looked inside the Make It Minis display box and it reminded me of an old wallpaper. So I decided to cut it apart and use these sections for sidewalls in our diorama. I previously saved this gold chocolate box insert. I didn't know for what, but I decided I'm going to use it as my bookshelf unit. I'm going to make a cut in the cardboard and then put it inside of there. The colors are perfect with the letters, so this is going to be great. Then I'm going to use the contact paper to simulate wood on the bottom section of the wall. And I can see my fingers through this because it's very clear. So that section I cut off, I'm just going to tape it to the back to cover it. And that way we have that same wallpaper on the back and it's completely blocked. These stickers I got at the dollar store. They have that metallic look to it. And I'm going to use them to do some finishing and patch the glue areas, and gives it that look, like medieval look to it. So I think for the most part this wall is finished as in right now. Let's continue to use some recycled materials, and I have some egg cartons here, and I started to pull them apart and see what shapes I can get out of here. So I got some squares and some rectangles and triangles and edges and all kinds of interesting shapes. I'm using gray, black, maroon, and gold to paint the cartons because I was thinking I wanted to do kind of like a stone looking thing, and I actually like the results. These sections are the center of the egg carton, so I cut the triangles and I sized them out so they could be a little bit smaller and fit at the top of the wall because I'm thinking I want to use them as crown molding. I make the color a little bit lighter and I measured it up. I like the way it looks, so I glued it in both walls. I cut 1-inch squares and I'm going to use them for tiles to create a checker pattern. This board is 23 by 12 and I drew the pattern and then I started gluing the tiles on. Then I put a gray base coat. And I use all the other colors to create shadows and light, and use pencil to do the checker pattern again and more details to make it look more like a stone. The back wall is 23 by 12 by 20 and I'm cutting an arch window at the top. Then I'm going to cover it with the same wood contact paper we use on the other walls. Cut the contact paper out of the window, and we have a finished wall. Now I want to create a stained glass effect. So I got this paper and I'm gonna glue it to the back and it just looks gorgeous. I love how the light shines through, and those edges I'm gonna finish them with more contact paper so it looks nice and clean. Now let's put everything together. We glue first the floor, then the right wall that already has the crown molding, and now the left wall that is the bookshelf. These are going to be my candle lanterns for the wall, so I'm using a hot glue stick to make my candle, so I cut them to size, and I'm using the bottom of a toothpick for the wick. Now I'm going to make a hole on the glue with the glue gun just to melt it down, and place the wood stick on there and some melted glue to make it look like the candle actually melted down because it's being used. And this is how it looks so far. Now I'm using more glue to make the fire. Stretch it a little bit to make it thinner. And there we are. Now I'm going to paint the base black. And the top I dipped in orange, and the very tip I'm dipping them in blue, because you know when the flames get really hot, the tip of the flame is blue. Now I'm going to glue them on the back of the carton to secure them in place, and there's my lantern. Let's do a second one, because I want 2 on each side of that window. Now I'm going to place them on the right side first, just with a little bit of hot glue, top and bottom. There's my right side, and this is the left side. I am loving all of this. And now I'm using the rest of the stickers to do some finishing touches under the lanterns and between the wallpaper and the wood paneling on both sides. It's a little bit different on both sides, but I think it gives it some character. Now let's make some furniture. The small tables that came with the potions are really tiny, and I want to use my 1/6 scale dolls, so I'm taking four tops for the bottom and gluing some wood dowels. Then I'm going to glue them together. Like so. Not to put too much glue, because we don't want to see it everywhere. Let's flip the table over and glue the last top right in the center to cover that hole, and this will be our center table for the room. The bottom is going to get a little bit of glue feet to even it out, and a little bit of brown spray that is going to finish this up and make it look more even with the brown colors at the top of the tables. And here's the finished table. Now I'm going to do a corner table. So this is the actual size of the table when it comes out of the potion kit, but I'm taking all these little bottoms and I'm gonna glue them together, one center with center and one with legs, and so on and so forth, 4 different times to give it that height that could work with our dolls. And here I have 2 finished tables. Let's flip them up. And I think they look pretty good and they stay on pretty good. Now I'm going to do a chalkboard. I'm going to use the same brown to color the sides so it matches with our tables. Take that tape off. And here's our chalkboard. This I actually got at the dollar store. It's like a little sign. But I took a picture of the video game, of Harry Potter video game, and I'm cutting the image, and I'm actually going to glue this on top of the chalkboard. I figured this will be a lot easier and more accurate than me trying to draw it by hand. Right on the very edge. So we still have that frame. And this is perfect to cover that one sign, the sold out sign, on that wall, and it looks gorgeous. I love it. I I love the way this is looking. Now I'm using some images of potions just so it has like a nice backdrop to give it a filler once we put them in there. And this is a piece of foam with more of the same contact paper to make our shelvings. So I'm putting more on top of the chalkboard and the shelving unit. And another one on the side and the shelving. And this looks great. Just like that, it looks actually pretty good, but it's gonna look better once it has all the potions. And this is obviously the opposite wall that has our bookshelf. So this one I actually printed two and glued them together because I have some potions that are actually pretty tall and I'm gonna put them right here. So I want them to cover the whole background. It's just gonna give it some depth to the room. And this is the shelving that looks great with our crown molding. And this is a sneak peek right here of what you're gonna see on the next video with all the potions and the furniture and even more details in the room.
Hope you guys enjoyed what we have done so far, and trust me, you won't want to miss part 2. Part 2. We also have the making of the book monster in that video too. Now don't forget to like and subscribe and click on the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. So also check our Instagram and Facebook, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!